Okay, here we want to talk about graphs, and this just be I think a very quick introduction. I think because this will be revision for you. And what we're going to concentrate on a straight line graph. So that's where we have is our y-axis going here, and here's our x-axis, and we're interested in this line here. Now this line has a general equation: y equals mx plus c. M is the gradient and c is the intercept. So c is where the graph crosses the y-axis. It's the value of y when x equals 0. So m times 0 is just 0, so then we're just left with y equals c. So that is what we mean by the intercept. Let's think a little bit about the gradient. So the gradient can be positive, meaning that we're sloping upwards, positive gradient, and then we can have a negative gradient, which means that we're sloping downwards. Okay, positive gradient sloping upwards, negative gradient sloping downwards. And the bigger the number of the gradient, the steeper it is. So small gradient, higher gradient again. Okay, so gradient increases as we move up those lines. Okay, how would we calculate the gradient? The gradient is the same way we would calculate the slope of a hill or something like that. So it's the difference in height for the difference in horizontal distance. Okay, write that out full like that. So for the case of a graph, that's the difference in y coordinates divided by the difference in x coordinates. Okay, ditto marks there. Difference in y over difference in x. So let's take a particular example where we have a line that does something like this, and let's say at x equals 1, the value of y is 2.5. This is not drawn to scale. And then at x equals 4, the value of y is also 4. Okay, so if we apply this, we can then calculate the gradient. So the gradient is going to be the difference in y, which is 4 minus 2.5, divided by the difference in x, which is 4 minus 1. 4 minus 2.5 is 1.5. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 1.5 over 3, which is the same as 1 over 2, the same as a half. So the gradient of this line is a half, and that's how we would calculate it. Okay, good luck with the worksheet.